Hello, this is Dr. Anjana Adhyapak. I am an Associate Professor in the Department of Quality Assurance, KLE College of Pharmacy, Belgaum. So today I will be briefing you on the Purple Book, the FDA Purple Book. The learning objectives would be, by the end of the topic, you will be able to know the content and the significance of the Purple Book. What do you mean by biosimilar product and interchangeable biological products? So the contents are introduction, the Purple Book and its contents. The introduction: to enable all the generic and biological manufacturers to know more about the approved generic and biological products, the US FDA has introduced individual repositories such as the Purple Book and the Orange Book. The Purple Book is a list of biological products including biosimilars and interchangeable biological products approved by the FDA under the Public Health Service Act, that is the PHS Act. The PHS Act was formerly known as the list of licensed biological products with reference product exclusivity and biosimilarity or interchangeability evaluations. Now let us just understand what do we mean by biosimilar products. A biosimilar product is a biological product that is highly similar to the reference product, notwithstanding minor differences in clinically inactive components, and there are no clinically meaningful differences between the biological product and the reference product in terms of safety, purity and potency of the drug product. What do you mean by interchangeable biological product? Now, an interchangeable biological product is a product that has been shown to be biosimilar to the reference product and can be expected to produce the same clinical result as the reference product in any given patient. In addition, the risk in terms of the safety or diminished efficacy of alternating or switching between the use of the biological product and the reference product should not be greater than the risk of using the reference product without such alternations or switch. The Purple Book will list biosimilar and interchangeable biological products licensed under the section 351K of the PHS Act under the reference product to which the biosimilarity or interchangeability was demonstrated. The resource lists all reference biological products licensed under the section 351A side by side with all corresponding biosimilars and the interchangeable product list under the section 351K. These lists will also provide the information on the reference biological product's date of licensure and whether there is 12 years exclusivity associated with the reference biological product. The purpose of the Purple Book is to assist the users to understand if a biological product has been approved by the FDA and to help identify if there is any exclusivity for a given reference. The Purple Book has two lists. The first list is the biologicals approved by the FDA's Center for Drug Evaluation and Research Center, that is CDER, and the second list contains the biologics approved by the CBER, that is the Center for Biologic Evaluation and Research Center. It also includes the following information about the biologics under 351A of PHS Act and whether the FDA evaluated the biological product for reference with product exclusivity under the section 351K7. So it contains the BLA number, that is the biological license application number, the non-proprietary product names, the proprietary product names, the date of the first licensure, whether the product is biosimilar or interchangeable, the reference product with an expiry date, and whether the product is withdrawn from the market. Now let us just understand what do we mean by the date of first licensure and reference product exclusivity. Now in most instances, the date of the first licensure will be the initial date the particular product at issue was licensed in the United States. Determining the date of the first licensure for a reference product determines whether a particular biological product qualifies for a period of reference product exclusivity and the date on which such exclusivity, if any, will expire. The reference product exclusivity is described as the period of time from the date of the first licensure of the reference product during which a 351(k) sponsor is not permitted to submit and FDA is not permitted to license a 351(k) application that references the reference product. Specifically, if the reference product has reference product exclusivity, approval of 351(k) application may not be made effective until the date, that is 12 years after the date of the first licensure of the reference product. In addition, a sponsor may not submit a 351(k) application to FDA for review until the date, that is 4 years after the date of the first licensure. The reference product exclusivity expiry date indicates that it is 12 years from the date of the first licensure as described in 351(k) plus any pediatric exclusivity granted pursuant to section 505A of the FD&C Act, if applicable. Now, in other words, the reference product exclusivity expiry date is the date on which a 351(k) application referencing the reference product may be licensed, assuming it is not blocked by orphan exclusivity and otherwise meets the requirements for the licensure of 351(k). So the purple book list will identify the date of the first licensure and the date that reference product exclusivity will expire. The list will not identify periods of orphan exclusivity and their expiration dates for biological products. Those dates are available at the searchable database for orphan, designated or approved products. Then, for the example, this is how it looks. Now, when we were talking about the biosimilar agent, the reference brand name and the FDA approved indication for use. So, this is the FDA's 2020 new drug therapy approvals, for example, that I have given. So, that is we have the first one, that is rituximab ARX, where it is approved, that is for non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. The other one, that is Nivapria, that is Neulasta for neutropenia. Thank you.